Hey Tiffany. This particular live is going to be, my hair is looking crazy, but this live is going to be an open discussion. So whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever you want my opinion on that I have not done, thus far, whatever, then we're going to be talking about it on this live. So whatever you guys want to talk about, just let me know. When you come in, make sure you speak so everybody knows that you're here, and we're gonna have an open discussion on whatever you guys want to talk about. I haven't done a live in so long. Like, the thing that I used to love about our lives were hey Thelma. The thing that I used to love about our lives was that we used to be on here for like an hour plus. Like, we literally had one live. I think that we was on here for like 3 hours. I can't give 3 hours tonight, but I have a little bit of time before I settle down for bed. So whatever you guys want to talk about, just write it in the comments and we'll start talking about it. Let me say one thing, for the people that are um DDG or Kennedy fans. Do you guys notice? And before I say this, I'm not saying this in a hating manner or any of that, but do you guys notice that Kennedy has been losing a lot of weight? Like, if you follow her on IG, or if you don't, go to her page and then come back to the video and just see if you seeing what I'm seeing. Now, I don't know if it was on her page or if it was um on her story, but she recently posted a picture and I had been noticing it for like a couple months. I was like, Kennedy is getting really small. And she already is like a small frame person. So I was just like, she's getting really small. Not saying nothing is wrong, but I was like, Kennedy is getting like small, small. Yeah, but that's neither here or there. Whatever that saying means. But let me know. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Like, what do you guys want to talk about? If you guys don't pick a subject, I guess I'll start talking because y'all be saying y'all want me. Okay, the Jalea and Mike, Funny Mike breakup. Okay. Whew. I actually was gonna do a video on it, but sometimes when we do these videos, the next few days more information comes out. That's what I was about to ask. Okay, so we'll talk about that for a second while people still are coming in. But yeah, I was gonna do a video on that, but I was like, every time I do a video, like, more information starts coming out. So that's why I try not to be so quick to jump on a certain topic. But let's go ahead and talk about it since we're doing open discussion tonight on this live. So, and if I miss any information or if there is any information that you guys know about that I don't know about or you think I may not know about, please put it in the comment section and we'll go from there. So, the Funny Mike and Jaleel breakup. First of all, let me say this. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked about the breakup. I'm not shocked about the allegations of Funny Mike cheating. Carmen, hey old mommy. Okay, we'll talk about that next. But I'm not shocked about any of it. If you ask me, and this is just my opinion, I'm probably gonna get some people coming at me, but hey, what's new? I feel like Funny Mike and Jalea have been having problems and issues and infidelity things. That's just what I'm feeling in my spirit. I think that Jalea was pushing to have a baby because she can't, like, a lot of women, and don't get me wrong, um thank you. Oh my god, I look a mess, but thank you. But yeah, but a lot of women, especially a lot of younger women, think that if you, and some older women too, think that if you're having problems with your significant others, especially when they're married, but especially my younger girls, think that when they're having problems with um their significant others, they think that having a baby is an easy fix for the situation. Like, oh, if we have a baby, we always gonna be attached. We always gonna have to talk to each other. We always gonna make up. We always gonna do this and do that. And sometimes when your situation it is, inevitable, like it's basically the stars are aligned for y'all not to really be together for real, for real. Sometimes a baby will make the situation worse. Sometimes a baby will go ahead and put the nail in the coffin and end your situation. So for Funny Mike and Jalea, I think also, and let me say this. I see a lot of the times when Funny Mike gets into things, he always goes back to saying he has issues. Somebody said Funny Mike is bipolar or something like that. That's allegedly, because I never heard him say that, but somebody did say that before to me in a DM. And then I have heard him say he has PTSD or something like that, which he probably does because he lived a really hectic life from where he's from. If you know Funny Mike's background, but that is not an excuse to do the things that you do to someone that you say you love. PTSD or being well, I ain't gonna say bipolar at all because that wasn't proved, but having PTSD, depression, or anything like that is not an excuse for him to be doing the things that he's doing to that girl. Um, I think Thelma, sometimes you don't have to talk about it. You can see the issues. I hate when they do. See issues by body language, awkward tension, sleep joke coming exactly. And like I told y'all in a previous video, I'm a type of person like I'm able to feel things even if I'm not by the person, if it's through the internet, if it's through the TV, if it's through, I'm just a very I forgot the word that I was told years ago, the gift that I have. So that's why for me, I'm not sitting there like, oh yeah, like very just your intuition like is very strong. So it's like for me it's just not shocking. And then I feel like also when these guys have a lot of money and they come from not having no money and they get all this money, they get this fame, it goes to their head, like in their mind they think that these women really want them because discernment. Yes, that's exactly what it was. My pastor told me this years ago because I never knew what it was my whole life. But um yeah, they get this money. It's the same way like Corey from Carmen and Corey, which we'll be talking about next. But it's like that. It's like they grow up being these dudes that, to be honest, these girls probably never look at twice. These girls or these dudes or people probably, it's a gift and a curse, Tiffany. I promise you it is. But these girls and these people probably refer to them as being lame, probably look at them like, oh, you a loser, you this and that. So then when they get this fame, they get this money, they get this popularity, all this stuff, it's hard for them to remain loyal to the people who were there before it or the people who really means them well. But the thing that I think this situation is going to end up, I think they're going to try to reconcile. I think that Jalea is not completely through with him. I think that if she does try to reconcile with him, she's not going to do it in the public eye. Maybe somebody's going to catch them out somewhere or something. But I think that, and I feel that she's going to try to, once the anger and the emotion is down, she's going to try to reconcile with Funny Mike as well as he with her. But I don't think it's going to work out. I don't see them having a sense of longevity from what I feel from them. I think they are awesome business partners. One thing I can say, their channel always has views. Like their view, like a lot of these YouTubers, you know, views have went down and they go up and down. Like the people that have millions of subscribers, they're getting like 100K to 300K views and stuff. But Funny Mike and Jaleel's channel, even the one he has, the Bad Kids, and somebody just said that the comment went away, but somebody said that he has a soft spot for kids. He does, and I love that about Funny Mike. But even when Funny Mike was doing the Wild and Out thing, the Wild and Out show with Nick Cannon, and if you guys don't remember, him and Jalea fell out then because she was suspecting that he had some dealings with maybe some Wild and Out girls, some models, because he was all the way in Los Angeles, I think at the time, LA, or I think at the time, but then they filmed somewhere else. Wherever he was, she was very suspicious that some stuff was going down, and they was like into it and about to break up and all that. And that was during her pregnancy. That was during her pregnancy. So if that was during your pregnancy, like I don't know. And then also, I thought that Jalea and Funny Mike had been together for a minute. She actually posted earlier late last year or earlier this year, like they was like at the 1 or 2 year mark of the anniversary or something. I'm like, and y'all was that hard up for a baby, like the way she was going hard up for a baby to have a baby with Funny Mike. I thought they was together for a minute, that it was like okay. And then this thing I know, she was like, yeah, it's our 1 year anniversary. I think this was last year or something. And I was like, a year? And you that hard up for a baby, like you don't even know this man. And people don't realize when you have kids with somebody, like that is a soul tie forever. Like even when that child is grown, it's still like it's somewhat of a tie, some way or another. So, I think she should have been smart, like the girl that Rooney was dating, Nunu, that everybody was like, I don't like her. Haley. They was like, I don't like her. I always liked Haley because I felt like with Haley, you got what is the saying? You see what you got what you see, or whatever. I always felt that with her, like she wasn't gonna sugarcoat it. She was gonna be straight up. She was gonna, what I'm saying? She wasn't gonna put up with crap. And when Rooney started doing that cheating stuff and all that stuff, Haley was like, okay, I gave you an opportunity. You did it again. I'm out. Let me go about my business. And Rooney went crazy. Rooney bust the girl windows out of the car, showing up at her apartment all times of the morning. Rooney was doing the most because that girl bossed up and she left and she went on by her life. She started her own channel, got her new man, and went on by her life. And I think Jalea has a really good fan base. Dealing with Funny Mike, yeah, she didn't tolerate no mess. He was controlling. Dealing with Funny Mike, Jalea has really, like, she has a pretty good fan base, and she didn't do Funny Mike dirty. So I don't see it being a reason that Funny Mike's fans or his fan base or Jalea and Funny Mike fan base together would not support Jalea if she was to move on with her life. And then I saw where somebody posted that Funny Mike went live, and I guess the fans were asking him like, you cheated on Jalea and stuff like that. And he went around the question. He did not say, no, I did not cheat on Jalea. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. He basically was saying, oh, you going to post this and you going to say that and you going to get on live and this and this and that. And Jalea basically was like, went back live. And she was like, well, I didn't cheat on myself. And also, it's just a big mess. It's just a big this, a big that. And I wouldn't be shocked if Funny Mike was cheating with some girls from their hometown or some girls who he knew prior to getting famous, if that makes sense. I don't feel that it was just like these regular girls who these celebrity men cheat with, because they normally come out. 9 out of 10 of them come out. Every time these men be FaceTiming, cheating, video, whatever you want to say, these women come out because they be looking for a sense of fame. So I think it probably was, and some stuff that Jalea actually said also in her live made me feel like it was maybe a regular schmegler type of girl. So yeah, before we move on to the next topic, do anybody have anything to say on that topic or want to add anything that I did not cover? Uh-oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Let's see. Yeah, and then it says, let's go back to Thelma's comment. He seems like he gives a lot though to kids and has a soft spot for kids. I do believe that. There we go. I do believe that Funny Mike has a soft spot for kids, and I love that about him. I actually love his whole movement of the bad kids and trying to keep the kids off the street and letting them make money. He actually gives them money and things like that from the channel that he features them on, and things like that. Um, I really love that about Funny Mike, but I also have to think about his daughter. You know what I mean? You can have all the love in the world for all the other kids and do things and this and that, but you have to think, you know what I'm saying? Like when you put, as a man, and we're gonna go ahead and go to the next topic after this. As a man, when you have a woman that is primarily This gonna get on my nerve, but I can't find my stand. But yeah, when you have a woman as a man that has to primarily raise a child, meaning Jaleel has to raise their daughter London, you have to think about that hurt that you put her through. It's not like you set her down one day and said, "Hey, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't want to cheat on you, but let's go our separate ways." You cheated, so now she's not just dealing with the breakup. She's dealing with pain. She's dealing with the agony from it. She's dealing with the sadness, the betrayal. She's dealing with the thoughts of, oh, remember this? Was he doing something then? Was this and this and that? She's dealing with all of that. So those emotions can go down to her baby, and her baby can feel those emotions that she's feeling from Funny Mike cheating on her. So it's okay to have love and show kindness and things like that to other kids. But think about your daughter. Think about if in the next 18, 19 years, or whatever you want to say, 16 through 19 years, your daughter meets a man and he like you. Think about, that. I know you lying. Oh, somebody you took your Jakina, how you took your comment away. I seen the comment before you took it away. Okay, are you taking it away because it's a lie? She said that Funny Mike and Jaleel are back together. They together now. She with him now. So somebody let me know if this is the truth. Because if that's the truth, I'm happy I saved my whole YouTube video for this. They back together. She with him now. Lord have mercy. Somebody check that out and let me, because Lord, that's what she said. She had a daughter now and had to set an example. Yeah, and I did see that also, Thelma, that she made a statement on her live that she had to set an example for her daughter. So I just hope she kind of sticks to that, because this is some of the advice that and we moving on to the statement somebody said about Carmen being naive. That's what I meant when I said that to Carmen in that last video that I did about her and Corey, and no, the first video I think that I did for CC Gang versus DMB Nation. But a lot of times when you let a man know, and this is to my women, when you let a man know that they can do whatever they want to do to you and you gonna take it, they gonna continue to do just that. So if Jaleel sits there and I'm gonna just tell you how I feel. Thank you, Angie. I'm gonna just tell you how I feel. I feel like he probably been doing it. He probably was doing it before she got pregnant. Like I said, I'm gonna stand by my statement of saying that I feel like she might have wanted the baby and she might have just wanted a baby. I'm not taking that from her, but she might have wanted she might have felt like it would have brought them closer. And as a woman, why wouldn't you feel like a baby or life coming into the world will bring you and your spouse, you and your partner closer? That's natural feelings. But I feel that it's not, even if she take him back, she need to give it some time. She need to make him feel what it feels like to be without her. Don't just jump back into something and it ain't even been a week. And she said in a live, somebody said, y'all be back together in 3 days. It ain't gonna be no 3 days. That's on I swear on my dead grandma or something she said like that. So for her dead grandma's sake, I hope she ain't back with him in no 3 days. Oh yeah, let's talk about the Carmen situation. And y'all can still comment on that situation. I'm gonna still go down the comments and we'll still talk about it. But let's move on to the other comment. Somebody said about Carmen being naive. Okay, with that situation, I think, and let me make this clear to y'all, for those that don't know, Corey and Carmen are from where I'm from. Corey himself is not exactly from where I am from. He's like, he always says he's like 45 minutes away or 40, 30 minutes or whatever. I don't know. But Carmen literally like where I went to high school at and where Carmen graduated high school at is literally like rivals, in their probably 5, no more than 10 minutes away from each other, like up the street, literally. From what I gathered from the people that have known Corey and Carmen like before the YouTube fame and the money and all of that, a lot of people don't get why Carmen puts up with what she puts up with. But I'm gonna tell you one thing about it. A person like Carmen, you can say whatever you want to say about Carmen. She has a good heart, and you could tell that. But sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you and take this the right way. Sometimes a good heart will leave you with a broken heart. Sometimes a good heart will leave you with a broken heart. You can't always wear your heart on your sleeves, even if you know that your heart is so good that you would never retaliate back on a cheater. You would never hurt nobody the way they hurt you because it's just not your heart. You never let the enemy know that. You never, you know that saying like never let them see you sweat. Like you never let, even if you're afraid of something, never let the enemy know that you're afraid of something. Or that thing. So I'm saying that to say this. Even if she will never, I just got your message on Instagram. But even if she would never hurt Corey the way that he has hurt her, by her being in videos, not videos, but by her sending him them long text messages that he posting on Instagram, that is none of our business. If your wife sent you a personal message saying, I apologize for what I did, I would never do that to you, I would never be disloyal to you, why is you showing the world that personal message? You know why he doing that? Because he's trying to prove a point that Carmen, my girl ain't gonna be disloyal to me. My girl ain't gonna do to me what I do to her. That's what he basically is showing. It's a narcissistic thing. And a lot of y'all are using this narcissistic word a lot, but he's narcissistic. And I'm gonna be honest. That's just 100. He's narcissistic. He feels that he wants somebody to be loyal, dependable, basically everything to him that he's not to them. I'm not saying that Corey can't change. I feel like anybody can change, but they gotta want to change. They gotta want to grow up. And they love to say, oh, we only 20, we only 21. It does not matter. If you set up there, you had a kid, you got married, you in your own place, you got all these adult like responsibilities. And technically 20 and 21 is an adult. It's a young adult, but it is an adult. You know, you took vows before God and all these things. Like, why would you even go and stand before, you know, in a courtroom or take vows if you knew that that wasn't going to be what you were going to do? And even if you didn't know that you would do those things, why keep doing those things? So that was the advice that I basically gave to Carmen in that video, was that, you know, even if she knows that she's gonna always love Corey and she's not gonna do nothing to hurt him the way that he hurt her, that's commendable for one, because that just shows her heart. But like I said, sometimes a good heart will leave you with a broken heart. So you got to pick and choose your battles. You got to stop being so open to Corey to say, Corey, I won't do this and I won't do this and I won't do that. But then it's like he not doing the same thing. He not showing you that same respect. I think I seen somebody's, let me see, comment that said, Carmen did go in on Damien and Bianca, but she is naive. Yeah, she did go in on Damien and Bianca. I still feel like with that situation, with the whole situation, like I said, I feel like Damien and Carmen were both wrong. I feel like Damien, of course, has more wrongness in the situation than Carmen, but I feel like, you know, Carmen isn't, I don't know. I'm just 50-50 with the Carmen thing, because I understand, you know, but she has to be more honest and say, like, I was upset. I mean, she might have said I might have missed it, but she should have just been like, I was upset with Corey. You know what I'm saying? I made a mistake because at the end of the day, I was venting or I wanted attention in whatever way, shape, or form it came from, because Corey left me, Corey abandoned me. I felt hurt, I felt abandoned, I felt betrayed, and I made a mistake, and I should not have been, you know, testing Damien and this and this and that. And she owes that just to herself and to you guys. I don't feel like she owes that to Corey, because ain't no telling what Corey was doing. If your wife was somewhere in a mansion with everybody else for 2-3 days, or how many days she was there after you left, with Corey history, ain't no telling what Corey was doing. Ain't no telling what. I can't really click off of the live right now, because if I do the video will end, I think. But I'm responding to the person that just sent me the Instagram message. But you said that she did, but you don't think she said all of that. She admitted she was wrong, but didn't say all of that, right? Not doing the same. Yeah, but I think also with Damien and Bianca, did anybody see? I watched it today while I was cleaning up a little. No, while I was cooking breakfast. Did anybody see where Damien and Bianca released that prank where Bianca was leaving? Okay, we'll get to that, Tiffany. Where Bianca was leaving, pranking Damien like she was leaving, and all this other stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, bruh, y'all know. But one thing I'm gonna say though, DB Nation know how to make a dollar. they gonna make that dollar. They gonna make that dollar. And I think that prank did like 1.2 or 1.7 mil in like 2-3 days. So they gonna always make a dollar. They fan base is loyal. Let's say that much. But they gonna always make a dollar. All right, if y'all don't want to, let's see. I didn't want to watch. I watched it. I don't know. I think after all this stuff has happened, I watched them more than I have. Like I went back and watched videos like when they did the swapping girlfriends and all of that stuff. I have that's the most I have ever watched DNB Nation because I was trying to brush up like, okay, where did this originate from? What did this spark from? Where it started from? Because I was like, bro, they're saying that you was flirting with Corey and Carmen. And let me say this: do I think that Bianca wanted Corey, or did she send Corey a heart on Snapchat and all that? No, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that. I would believe that Carmen sent Damien a heart on Snapchat before I believe that Bianca sent Corey a heart. That's just why I stand. All right, somebody said, um, do you really think Queen sold her soul? Just curious. Y'all gonna get all the goons up in here at me tonight. Okay. Do I think that Queen sold her soul? Now let me just say my definition of selling your soul. And if you feel different or if you want me to talk about a different type of selling your soul, then chime in and say that. But I'm gonna just tell you what my definition of selling your soul is. For me, I feel like if you sell your family up the road, meaning you turn on your family, you turn on friends, you give up certain things like your relationships, your uh certain things, like those are definitions for me personally on selling your soul. Like for a queen to abandon her mom and her family and in essence and picking Claire's family and stuff like that, to me is selling your soul. So if that to me is selling your soul, I would have to say she did. Do I believe in the theory of the Illuminati and all of that stuff and she sold her soul to the devil and this and that? No, I don't. I don't. I think it's deeper than you guys think it is. I don't think it's just, oh, you meet up with these group of people and you tell them your aspirations and they tell you that they want your soul in exchange and you blow up and this and that. I do believe that a lot of people do believe in rituals. A lot of people believe in certain things that we refer to as voodoo. A lot of people believe in things that I don't believe in. And by believing, not saying I don't believe that it's true, but I don't want to be involved in it to see if it's true. But I think that she has given up a lot in general for the things that she has. And I'm gonna keep it 100. And a lot of y'all probably not gonna like me saying this, but I gotta say this. Or what I don't have to, but I want to say it. I was actually looking at. I went to my Explore page, I think earlier today, and I seen this picture with Claire Queen, and she was holding Legend. I can't remember the outfit she had on because I think she was doing it for a particular performance or something. And for me, it bothered my soul and it bothered my spirit. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, of course, I'm not stupid and I'm not dumb. I'm old enough to know that when you part ways and you have a child or you have kids, of course, the kid or the kids are going to go back and forth. If both parents are wanting to be active in the child's life, especially when you've been like they are married, being married and going your separate ways, and that's the kid knows being with both parents. Yes, that's going to happen if you want to basically make sure the kid sees both parents. But for me, in my opinion, I think that, and I'm trying to see how to say this because I don't want to say it and make it seem like it's worse than what I'm saying, but I feel like Queen is trying to erase everything from her past that reminds her of Chris. And I think it started from family. when her family started showing that they was getting along with Chris for baby CJ's sake. Um, Friends, anybody that was associated with Chris or whatever. Now I know you're gonna say, well, Armand and Trey are, and I'm gonna say on that situation, I feel like the only reason that Armand and Trey and Queen are still truly friends is because Armand and Trey are doing majority of the footwork to make sure that their friendship with Queen stays intact. That's what I feel. I don't feel like Queen is just like, oh my God, I gotta make sure that me and Armand and Trey, we hang out, we this and we that and da da da. And then they have to also make sure that they like Clarence. If they show any signs that we don't like Clarence, we don't like something that he did, that he said, we don't like how he treats you, we don't like how you treat baby CJ, we don't like this and that, Queen gonna say hit the road, Armand and Trey. Simple as that. If this person would tell her mom, in essence, I don't care if this man kicked you out my hospital room while I was having your grandchild, hit the road. I don't care if this and that, hit the road. Hit the road. You know what I'm saying? And I think, back to the story, because I get off the line, but when I saw that picture and I saw how she was just looking at Legend, I noticed a lot of pictures that she posts of Legend and a lot of videos and things like that. It's like, I'm not gonna say she loved, because as a mother, I'm not gonna even disrespect Queen like that and say I feel like she loves Legend more than baby CJ. But I think that she needs to get her priorities in order to realize that you're not creating a strong bond with baby CJ by sending him to Chris 2, 3, or 1 to 2, 3 months at a time, and then when he's with you, you literally keep him for like a month. I think like one time Queen kept him for a minute, and then it was right back to his dad's, and then it was like Chris had him for another 2, 3 months. It's just like you breaking that bond. I know that you have to be worried, and it's applaudable that you're concerned about his relationship with Chris, but you need to be concerned about your relationship with your son also. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your, like, you as a mother. You know what I'm saying? And then he doesn't have any brothers or sisters on Chris's side. He has a brother on your side, on his mom's side. So you should, as a mom, should be concerned about his relationship with Legend, his relationship. If you're gonna really take this thing full throttle with Clarence and get married one day and all this stuff, you need to be worried about that connection, and you need to be worried about your connection with baby CJ. You don't want your child, like that video that Chris posted when they was like, you're gonna have to go back to your mom and all of that, and baby CJ was crying and she was like, no, he only did that because of this. No, girl. No, he did that because he knows, like, regardless if people say, well, baby CJ doesn't get, he just gets out of control when he's with Chris, and then he has more structure when he's with Queen. That might be the truth, but I don't feel that that's why that baby is doing that. I feel like he's doing that because he gets more attention when he's with Chris than versus Queen. Queen now has a couple videos back, she was like, yeah, the kids are with the babysitter, the kids are in daycare, well, baby Legend is in daycare, the kids are with the babysitter, me and Clarence wanted to go out, this and that. You still have not took your son on a trip that you said you was going to take him on months ago. I think before she announced she was pregnant, she said she was taking baby CJ to Disney World or something, and something happened and she didn't take him. You ain't took him nowhere for real, but Chuck E. Cheese in some little local places of where you at. Like, you haven't honestly taken this child on a trip. Even if you say, well, I want to take you on a trip and like make amends with your mom and your brothers and sisters or something, and just say, well, we'll take them in. Clarence, I want to spend some personal time with CJ because I'm always spending personal time with Legend. Let me spend some personal time with CJ because CJ is back and forth. I never see Queen step up and say that, and those are the things that just disturb me, that I'm just like, how do y'all not see that? Like, how do y'all not see that she literally make everything revolves around Clarence? Exactly. It's like she literally made a whole story on Instagram that was like, 10 slides long of secret pictures she took of Clarence off guard. She put one picture of CJ on there, and in the picture of CJ she referenced Clarence. I can't remember the exact words and exact things that she said, but she referenced Clarence in that one picture. And I'm sitting here like, you look at Clarence every day, you see Clarence more than you see your child, and you never go on a long rant on Instagram posting just a whole bunch of pictures like, oh, CJ, this picture was this and this picture was that, and I remember holding CJ and this and that. You post literally about Clarence and Legend. And then I feel like here and there, because she tries to save face, she'll go and say on Twitter or something like, I miss CJ. My CJ come home or something like that. It's like, girl, no. That would not be happening. You're not going to be keeping my child for no months at a time, and I don't see my child, and then I got another. No. Because it's going to backfire on you in the end. That little boy is going to start being like, why, like, do my mom give all her attention to Legend? Because you will. And let me say this, a lot of women do that when they get these, when they leave the situation that they're in and they have a kid with that person or with that man, and then they go to another situation and they have a kid with that man. They typically will treat that new kid with that new man better than the old child, especially if they had a rocky breakup or something like that, because they feel like that child reminds them of that person. And it's psychological. It may not even be that she purposely does it, but she does it. And I don't feel like she has nobody around her anymore because she weeded out so many people. She doesn't have anyone around her to really keep it 100 with her and be like, Queen, you need to make a little bit more time with CJ than what you do. Like, you need to make a little bit more time. That's all that I'm saying. All families are different. Okay, all families are different. So what do you mean by that statement? I see that she probably just not gonna say it on camera. What do you mean she's not gonna say what on camera? But yeah, that's just, I don't know. I don't know. And I did give if you follow me on Instagram, you see that I gave Queen a shout out the other day, other week, whatever. Just congratulate her on working out and stuff, because um too many assumptions about what exactly is what I'm trying to understand. If I'm giving my opinion on something from what is shown, and we literally, like, this is my thing. To say somebody makes assumptions is to say I am assuming. What is there to assume when they literally put their lives on film? They literally tweet about everything. They literally Instagram everything. They literally put everything in YouTube videos so they can make $1. I didn't say that's how. I didn't say anything about how she felt about CJ. My first statement, I don't know if you're just tuning in, but my first statement was, as a mother, I would never say that she loves one child more than the other one, but her actions are showing that those things are so. And as I just also said, was maybe she's not doing it purposely, but when you don't have people around you, as the older people say, have elders and have other people around you that can critique you in telling you that no, I'm okay. Does anybody else feel like I am implying anything? Because and if I am, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't feel like I'm implying anything. If someone is stating facts, right? And the facts are looking a particular type of way, what is there to do? Like, I could sit here and ASS kiss Queen all day long, but if Queen are doing these things, what is there for me to battle? What is there for me to go against if she's doing these things? Like, I don't understand. What is there for me to assume? I literally said, you said not facts, your opinion. I literally said my opinion on almost every one of my videos that I do, regardless if it's on Queen or anyone else. I always say my opinion. In some of my titles, I say my opinion. I'm not there with Queen 24/7, so I don't know what is what. I'm not inside of her body. I'm just saying, if you put out these things, if you dish out this certain information, if you say, okay, if you make a tweet and say CJ is going with his father, and We don't see you make another tweet to say, okay, CJ's home, or he's not in videos for months at a time with you. He's in all of Chris videos. He's in Chris Instagrams. He's in Chris tweets. All these things. We know, using our common sense, that your child has not been with you. Your child has not been with you for a month, 2 months, 3 months. And then for your child to not be with you, and you're not expressing any type of love to the public, but you're publicly expressing love to a man. You're publicly expressing love to your other kid. Come on now. Like, it's not that much Queen ASS kissing in the world that you don't see this. You can love an individual and say something to them or make a remark about them in love. You can do that. And that's why I'm very, very, very particular about the friends and the company that I keep and the people that I have around me. Because if you cannot tell me something, and so what is not for the public, but if you can't tell me something in love, like, hey, this and this and this and that, it's just like, I don't need you around me. And that's the problem. Sometimes some of y'all might have the same thing, the same type of ways like Queen has. You don't want nobody around you that's telling you your wrongdoings, because in the back of your head, you know you wrong. You know what you're doing is wrong, but it's like, I don't want nobody telling me nothing because you judging me. The Bible says don't judge. The Bible says a lot of things that you're not doing, but you're just going to pick and choose that one little thing out and say, well, it says don't judge. It's a difference with judging, and it's a difference when saying, this is my opinion. This is how I feel. I have a little bit of experience under my belt. If you want it, cool. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. And to be, no, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Because then it'll go into, how do you know? Do you got proof? I'll just say, a lot of the videos that I've had people say, you judging Queen, you a hater on Queen. Queen has watched. And I'm not going to go into how I know for a fact, but Queen has watched. And next thing I know, and as well as some other people videos that I watch and that I'm subscribed to, and they'll say the same thing that I'm saying. And then next thing you know, Queen will make a video in reference to what's being said. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that have said stuff about, well, Queen, and what y'all was actually about to get into, congratulating her on taking the step of working out and things like that. Because like I said, for the past like 3 months, especially after having a baby, I started working out and just started trying to take my health more seriously. So I commend her on that, because that's a big step. But a lot of people were saying, you took the initiative to get surgery and all of these things like that. And, you're gaining the weight back and take care of yourself and, all these things. So it's just commendable that she's doing that. But, people hear what they want to hear. Okay, but that just because so many people judge Queen, that doesn't mean that I'm one of those people. If somebody asks me to do a video on Queen, if somebody asks me my opinion on something that has come out about Queen, then Ashley said, if I had money, I would get lipo too. It's nothing, and I'm gonna get back to what I was saying, but it's nothing wrong with getting whatever you want to get done. That's your body. I can't tell nobody what to do with their body. But for me, I'm just stating my opinion. If I took the initiative to get lipo, if I spent all that money, if I went through all that pain, the recovery, everything, I'm gonna make sure that I ain't trying to be back on this table no time soon. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, just because so many people judge Queen, I feel like that's the stigma, is that when you guys hear somebody's giving their opinion on Queen because she does get so much hate, it's like, oh, you one of the haters because you didn't kiss Queen and you didn't do this and da 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 da. And okay, you have a platform that could uplift women instead of feeding the message of negativity. And that's exactly what I do if you actually pay attention. That's the thing. In order to uplift people, you don't have to just be, okay, let me pacify you and let me rub your back and that's not the only form of uplifting someone. The problem with the world that we live in is that when you tell people the truth, they misconstrue that with hating versus tough love. It is a fine line between the two. I have never gotten on here and said, oh my God, I hate Queen. Queen is stupid. Queen is ugly. Queen is this. Queen is that. I've never done it. If Queen, when I felt like when I was the biggest Chris and Queen fan, and I would do videos on them, you know, even when the Chris and Queen breakup happened, people came at me and said I was on Queen's side. Oh, you just hate Chris and you this and that. But as soon as I started calling Queen out on the BS, because more things started unfolding about what actually happened and transpired, and I wasn't playing this side or that side, I was in the middle saying, okay, Chris is wrong here, and Queen is wrong here, and this and this and that. Then it's like, oh, well, no, you hate on Queen. It's just like you can't satisfy people. Whoever you are a fan of and somebody says something in love, you're going to sit there, or tough love, you're going to sit there and feel some type of way. And what the issue might be is that you're truly a Queen diehard fan and you love Queen. So when you hear somebody saying something that is not what you want to hear, you try to decipher that as, well, you just hate on Queen, you judging Queen, you not uplifting Queen. I am uplifting Queen because I'm being honest with Queen and saying, hey, sis, if you was to come past this video, if you was to come past this, no. Maybe she's letting CJ be with him because he's going to jail soon. Maybe so, but at the same time, and we don't know if he's going to jail or not, but at the same time, before Chris even got into this whole situation with Parker in this whole criminal jail, whatever stuff that happened with them, she was doing the same thing. If you guys actually go back, now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because let me ask you this. So do you guys remember, and just say yes or no, please. Do you guys remember when it used to be the whole, what a lot of people was referring to as the Fraud Squad, when Janae had Ari, Queen, the Taylor girls, Chris, all them people, Armand, Trey, Jazz, all them people in that house, right? And people, even the little kids, started saying, why Queen never have baby CJ? Why do Chris brush CJ Harold, put his clothes on, he bathing him in 80% of the videos, all of that, and then on top of that, every time you turn around, Chris and Queen was in a club or somewhere else, and baby CJ was at Jazz's house when she moved out. He was at Armand and Trey was babysitting him every time, and everybody used to say the same thing when Queen and Chris were together. So now that Chris and Queen have separated, and baby CJ is always with Chris, because y'all don't like Chris, y'all not giving that man his credit and saying he has Chris probably 80 to 85% of the time, and Queen does not really have that child. Like, let's be honest. Like, y'all just do this double standard thing that it's just like, you felt some type of way then because everybody was coming and noticing, like, you know, when it was them both, y'all had no issue saying they don't have their child. They child always at somebody else's house. They child be gone for the whole weekend. When Jazz and Tay had him at a point in time when Chris and Queen was separated or something, and Queen went somewhere. So Chris went to the club or did something, and Jazz and Tay did a video where they had to literally take baby Chris to Walmart to buy clothes and all this other stuff, like, and y'all was calling stuff out. I feel like everybody judges her and wants her to be perfect. She's still young and trying to find herself. No. To want somebody to be perfect, you have to be perfect yourself. You have to be perfect yourself. And when I have talks with people in my real life, like my real personal life, and people come to me for advice and different stuff, the first thing I tell them is, I can't give you no advice on certain things. For me is off limits. When people personally come to me and say, well, how do you feel about this? For instance, I've had people come to me and say, what should I do about my marriage? Everybody in their mama that personally know me know I am never going to tell nobody to leave their marriage. None of that. If it's a relationship, I'm gonna say, okay, you know, you see some red flags before you take them vows. But if you go on and take them vows in there, unless you're in an abusive situation. Now, if you're in an abusive relationship, yes, I'm gonna tell you that you need to go before you are killed. But anything else, I can't give nobody no advice on nothing that I might do the opposite if I was in that situation. But when it comes to kids, as a mom, for me, you have to be selfless. And I'm not excusing fathers at all, but as a mom, you carry that baby, you instantly have a bond with that baby. Like, you have to just be, you have to think about them more so than yourself. And I don't feel that Queen does that when it comes to CJ. I feel that if Queen was to, her and Clarence were to not stay together, they were to go their separate ways, and Queen wants to get with another man and have a baby with him, I feel like she would do the same thing with Legend. I feel like Legend would be primarily with Clarence. The same way CJ is always with Chris, Legend will always be with Clarence. And y'all will make excuses for that. Well, they're boys and they need to be with their dad. That doesn't excuse the fact of your duties as a mother. It does not. It doesn't at all. Let's see. If her and Clarence break up, I hope she won't hop to the next man. Well, inevitably, like she's young, so she's going to be with somebody else if her and Clarence don't make it. But I think what you're trying to say is you hope that she doesn't just move so quickly how she did, at the end of her and Chris's situation. I think that Queen is afraid to be alone. It could be um her father issues. It could be what she saw, maybe perhaps from her mom. I don't know really the background of that, but it's something that I think she needs to seek therapy, and I would recommend therapy to you all watching this. I want to get her some therapy myself because I think therapy in general just helps you realize so much about yourself in general. But I would hope that she wouldn't. I think she definitely needs to find herself. She needs to get serious about her career. She needs to um she just needs to do a lot of self-evaluating. And when you jump from person to person, it does not, you don't allow yourself to get that self-care and the self just awareness that you would get if you wasn't occupied with another person so quickly. You are assuming all women don't have that. For some women, parenting is taught and hard, depending on how they were raised. I do agree on that. And that's why I just said it might come from her upbringing. It might come from her father issues of not knowing or, well, ever meeting her father. It might come from a lot of things, but that does not excuse it. I think we as people, we make excuses for so many things, and that stops us from growing. That keeps us stagnant. If we make excuses for everything in life, oh, I can't do this because my back hurt, I can't do this because I ain't got the money, I can't do this because of this, I can't do this because of that. But the things that you want to do, you make a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make a way to do it. So we can't sit there and make excuses for everything, especially when people are depending on us. When you have these individuals that are depending on us, I think honestly, CJ's best place to be, if Queen was actually being a more active mother with him and not, oh, I FaceTime CJ, I talk to him 50 times a day. No, but a physical active mom. I think the right place is to for CJ to be would be with Queen. I applaud Chris for having CJ and all of that stuff, but I think that Chris is a little bit more uh one. Also, I don't think that Chris knows how to be alone. I think that he also literally jumps from woman to woman. He's trying to fill a void. Maybe they're trying to fill a void of each other. Hey, you never know, but and you don't know his upbringing. I think they said Chris was adopted or something, so you don't know his upbringing. So I think he loves his son, but I think they need to work something out. If that means them moving in the same state, especially the same, moreover, the same city, I think they need to do that, because just having this thing where this little boy is traveling from state to state and staying here 3 months and 2 months and traveling, for me, I wouldn't put my child through that. It would have to be some sort of compromise, or hey, I'll keep him through during the school year, and in the summertime you can get him, or for Christmas or something. But this just, you keep him a month and I keep him 3 months and you get him a month, and that's not healthy for him. No matter what nobody try to make it seem like, that's not healthy for him. Clarence is a mama's boy, and Queen is domestic. So I guess it works for them. She got to set boundaries. Yeah, I think she has a problem with setting boundaries because she's afraid to, she's afraid. I think the type of person that, and what sign is Queen? Is Queen a Libra? But I think the type of personality that Queen has, I think she doesn't mind giving more than what she receives, if that makes sense. She doesn't mind giving, being a little bit unhappy to keep somebody else happy. Let's see. I think Queen is an enabler to Clarence and praises him for doing the bare minimum. I would have to agree with. I don't. You know what? In some of their recent videos, because I just now am getting back to trying to watch some of their material. So if I'm asked to react to anything or talk about anything, I can kind of be hip on it. But I think that Queen is actually growing a little bit of a backbone when it comes to Clarence, more so than she had in past time with dealing with him. I think that she sees a lot of the vlogs, the YouTube channels that report on them. I think she sees a lot of it, and a lot of the stuff that she may overlook when she see it that it's out and people are having opinions and people are thinking these things and stuff. I think that it kind of goes to her mind like, dang, like they may be right. Like, what is he really doing in this and that? Now, let me say this on how they do things in business. And I'm going to say this, and this is just directed to Queen and just, okay, so they have Queen's personal channel, Clarence's personal channel, and then they have the royal family. What I don't understand is why, when they do family videos, they said that they were going to do family videos and they were going on the royal channel. Now, the royal channel is their joint channel that they said is their joint um account is set up. They pull their bills and stuff like that, she said in a previous video. So my thing is, if it's a family oriented video, you're in it, Legend is in it, Clarence is in it, why is that video not going on the royal family's channel? Why is it going on Clarence's channel? Why are you uploading? Sometimes she'll come and upload days in a row or 2 videos and then skip a whole week or something like that. Clarence is putting 2-3 videos out every other day and all of that, and then videos that I'm like, okay, this is a family oriented video. Shouldn't this be on y'all joint channel? And he putting it on that. That's their business. So I just wanted to know if anybody else noticed that. Okay, it says, I'm trying to go back up and see comments I missed. Why has Queen put Legend in daycare, yet she still has to put Chris in school or daycare? He needs to be around kids his age. And that's exactly why I said I feel like why CJ should be with her. You know, the things that you do with one child, why are you not doing that with the other? Do you guys remember when everybody used to say, why was baby CJ always around adults? Why was he never around kids? Why wasn't he in a daycare? All of that. They actually stated that I think they said they tried to put, I could be dreaming, but I think they said they tried to put him in a daycare and something happened or something. I don't know. But the point is, if you're going to put Legend in daycare, you could have been put baby CJ in a daycare. You could have put him in preschool, Head Start. You could have put him in some type of program where he's actively learning. He's around other kids. He's around his brother, things like that. So I've been said that, but like I said, every time I say something, you a hater, you this, and you that. Okay. Y'all not gonna see the double standards ever, I guess. Let's see. Why are you so down her throat? I don't feel like anybody's down my throat. I just think that sometimes when you are a fan of somebody, you don't know how to separate reality and what's real and versus somebody hating. You can clearly interpret when, okay, this person is a hateful person, this person is hating, this person is this person is that, versus when somebody really is just saying, this is my opinion, I hope and pray she could change it, I hope for the sake of her and CJ's relationship in the future that Queen can be a better mom to CJ. I'm not going to say what she is to Legend, because from what she shows us when it comes to Legend, she's an awesome mom to Legend. But she needs to reciprocate that same energy towards CJ. And especially realizing that CJ is now coming from a broken home, you have to love on him a little bit more than you probably normally would have to, because he's realizing like my mom is with the man, another man, my dad is with another woman. I'm going back and forth. Like I see my mom loving on Legend and this and that and the third. Like he's not gonna feel that same way with Chris because Chris doesn't have another kid. But it'll be easier for him to feel that way with Queen because she has his brother. If I'm making sense. Let's see. Yeah, she's a Libra. How do you feel about Patty? Hold on, let me say this before I read that. She had CJ a tutor. I never seen where it said she had CJ a tutor. If she does, kudos to her, but he still needs some interaction. If that was the case, let me put it this way. If it was fair to CJ, if it not fair, but if it was an equal thing between CJ and Legend, wouldn't she, because she says she has a babysitter on call for Legend and CJ, and then she has a babysitter for when Legend travels with them, right? Right. So, if it was just that simple that, okay, well, she has CJ a tutor, why would she not just let Legend stay with the babysitter then? She's allowing Legend to go and interact with other babies and other kids and get the social aspect of being out there. She has all of, you know what I'm saying? She's allowing Legend that. But why would you keep CJ cooped up and saying, oh, I got him a tutor, but Legend gets to go out and see the light of day? That doesn't make sense. If I was so hard up to say, okay, I don't want my kid in a public daycare or a private daycare because I don't trust them, this and that, I'm going to get them a tutor. Then it's going to say, okay, let me get a private babysitter too. So both of my kids are at home. I'm not going to put one out there to get the benefits of interacting with other human beings, and then the other one when they're with me, they're in the house cooped up with a tutor. You get what I'm saying? Like, kids actually learn more being around other kids versus being cooped up and saying, okay, we're gonna do some homeschooling. Y'all not finna I'm gonna read that one in a minute. Y'all not gonna get me caught up. I'm gonna read the comment because y'all probably like, what's she laughing at? Okay. How do you feel about Patty? Do you feel like he should get new management to further his career, or do you think he's just leeching on Queen and Clarence's notoriety? To be honest with you, I feel two ways. The first way, I feel that Patty is okay where he is because it's not a conflict of interest, being that he's not in a relationship with anybody involved. But I also feel like he would probably be further if he seek new management. And it's not because of Lee's skill that I feel that way, because I'm not privy to the skill that she has. But I feel like her main focus is her moneymaker, which is Queen. And that's at any label. That's not just being, biased when it comes to the Clarence and his family. That's with any label. Their top priority is who they're going to invest the time to. The people that are making them the most money, the people that are giving them the most publicity, the most shine, the most whatever, those are the people that they're going to invest the most time into. So Lee is just caught up in a thing where it's like, okay, I love Patty. I've been knowing Patty for a minute. That's my brother's best friend. Patty's talented, but Queen is we making our money. Queen is the one going on tours. Queen is the one having all the paid performances. Queen is the one who YouTube running up a bill. Queen is the one that's getting show. So it's not fair. I'll say that, but it's not crazy, just to say the least. But I would say that he probably should seek other management, but at the same time, I don't know. But if I was Patty, hey, you better use Queen's notoriety, get you some out of it. I'm just saying. Let's see. You said the favoritism was going to happen when Queen was pregnant. Exactly. I said that. But once again, when I say stuff, you're hating, you're this, you're that. Okay, I'll be all of that. Do that make you feel better? I'll be all of that. But I just seen it because Queen just exhibited the behavior for me that I have personally seen women be with a man, have a kid or children, break up with that man, move on, have more kids or a child, and they start treating the kids that was from the previous situation different. And that's not talking about abusing them, beating them, doing none of that, not feeding them. It's just things that maybe they didn't realize they was doing, or things that they purposely was doing. That's why I say I'm not gonna say Queen is purposely doing it, but maybe with her mom and her not having as close knit of a relationship as they used to have, and she's not as close knit to her family like she was and stuff. And people say what they want to say about her grandma. I think that her grandmother was literally protecting her child, which is Miss Reba. I think that's why her grandma started coming out with family stuff and saying this and saying that and going live and that. Not saying that it's right, because it's not right. You don't um try to retaliate with the same thing to somebody, or do things off of hurt and pain and stuff like that. But that's what I got from it. I don't think her grandma meant harm, or was like she hated Queen or none of that. But I think that she just was hurt because Queen was doing her mom the way that she was doing her, and the public didn't know about it. The public didn't know a lot of stuff until Tina started coming forward and the grandma started coming forward. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I pretty much seen the favoritism from a mile away, because I seen it in real life, that this stuff literally happens where, the guy that the girl is currently with, the kid, that child or kids literally be dressing better than, like, crazy stuff like that, literally have on nice clothes, and then the child that's with the other guy or whatever be looking in it like it's life. Like, this stuff literally happens. I don't really watch Queen and Clarence, but from what I've seen, I feel like she could go further without him. I would have to agree, because I think that Queen would focus more. It's the same way like when she left Chris. If y'all notice, Queen focused more on her craft. Queen focused more on her channel. Queen focused more on trying to make a way for her child and things like that. I think that Queen gets into these lazy spells, which is, I just want to lay up with Clarence. I just want to do this and do that. I think, people saying, well, why did she put Legend in the daycare? Baby, if y'all don't pay attention, Queen was talking about babysitters and daycares and stuff when Legend probably was a month old. She was like, we need to get a nanny. We need to do, like, I'm trying to see, do I want to go there, because I like, okay, I'm gonna go there. So I said this in a previous video, like from last year, I think. I was saying that Queen reminds me of the type of mother that she wants to have kids and she has kids, but how can I say this? I might not need to say this. Y'all probably see where I'm headed or whatever. But Queen was like, "Oh baby, we getting a nanny, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Baby Woo Wop needs to go to daycare." I would have to agree, and that's the comment that I was laughing at, y'all, because baby, it was some drama not too long ago that somebody sent to me. It was like, it was some people. I ain't saying no names, but it was some people. Y'all, if y'all seen it, y'all know what I'm talking about. It was some people that was into it with DDG and his family, and they said some comments about Baby Woo Wop. I don't know what the comments were and stuff. And DDG's family was coming at them left and right and all of that. So that's why I was laughing, like, y'all not finna get me caught up in this stuff. But I would have to agree. I think all kids need, even if it's a year of school with other kids, I just think that all kids need to be exposed to socialness and being around other kids and other babies, so when they get into regular school, it's not something that is just like, oh my god, like, what is this? Like, they're pretty much familiar with, okay, there's rules, there's regulations. I have to sit down, I have to raise my hand, I can't just get up and do this and do that. And I think the longer that they wait to put him in a school, or if they try to wait until he's in like real school, it's gonna be bad. Like, when they get ready to drop him off at kindergarten, he's gonna cut a book, because he's gonna be like, "Where y'all going?" Like, I'm used to being at home and going here and there all day long and waking up whatever time I want to wake up and going to sleep whatever time I want to go to sleep and all of these things, and it's gonna be hard to break it. That's Baby Wall definitely needs daycare. The labels don't want to pay what they think he is worth per a video where they discussed it. I would have to agree because if you look at it, I mean, he has a following, but let's be honest, everybody that is on Queen's fan base and in Queen's coattails is not a fan of Patty. And I think where Patty messed himself up is when he was pretty much exposing a lot of things that we already knew and we already was talking about. And he was talking about like how Queen was buying Clarence and all that stuff, you know. But I'm gonna be honest, I loved when he came out with that because it for me it shot a lot of the haters down that was saying y'all just hate on Queen when people were saying that Queen was trying to buy Clarence and stuff. So for Clarence's BFF to sit there and come forward and say some of the same stuff, like, stop saying y'all don't know what goes on. Y'all don't know what goes on behind closed doors. They literally film everything. They put everything out. They tell their bedroom business. They tell they going left, they going right. They finna go out to eat today. They going on vacation. They literally tell everything. So just from that, it was obvious like she was trying to buy Clarence. She was trying to show Clarence, like, you know, like, this is what I got to offer if you come on my team. And Patty just basically solidified that it was the truth. But he had to think smart because he literally messed himself up. A lot of people unsubscribed. A lot of people just jumped off of the Patty bandwagon because they felt like he was basically exposing Queen. Whoever father a woman is with who is favorite. I caught that from my own childhood. I had my own dad that my mom wasn't with, and I was treated like a step kid by my mom. Oh, if you guys go back and read old mommy's comment, that's exactly what I was talking about. I literally personally see this stuff. So that's why when I see it in people and I see the signs of it and I speak on it, especially with somebody like Queen, if you don't really see, if you don't know the signs and the things to look for just off of what they give, you won't see what I'm trying to say to you guys. It comes off like, oh, how dare you say that? You judging, you doing this, and how you don't know what she care about her child. When you see those signs or you come from experience with those things, it's easy to see those things. And I don't come from that because I grew up with my dad, and my older brother and sister is not biologically my dad's, but my dad, if anything, my dad gave them more than me. But not saying he didn't give me a lot, he gave me more than enough. But I'm just saying he treated all of us equal. So when I see other situations, I'm like, okay, I can see that you treating a child that is by the man you used to be with a little different than the child that you with the man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but why my chat not going through? I see it, Tam. TNK. I'm not, look, y'all, I'm not getting, no, no. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. Bro, my chat not going through. I'm trying to ask, what did you think of Heather Lindsay? I don't actually know Heather Lindsay. Miss Company, do you think Heather Lindsay is just like Queen? I don't really know Heather Lindsay. I have to look that person up. Like, there's so many people that I really do not know that I really need to just start. Like, what happened to TNK Squad? What do you mean what happened as far as the situation with DDG? Basically, someone sent me a DM was saying what did I think about the situation? I don't know if I respond to it or not, but they basically sent me some screenshots and stuff and some clips of, and my battery's on 15%, but some clips of basically TNK Squad made a video talking about DDG's nephew, Baby Woo Wop, needing discipline and things like that. And DDG's mom, Woo Wop's mom, and DDG's sister came at TNK. So that's all I pretty much know. Because they spoke on Baby Woo Wop. And I don't know what was actually said. So I don't know if they said something disrespectful or if it was just a simple fact that they had something to say about Baby Woo Wop. So the family came at TNK. Thank you, Ashley. Not saying Queen is a bad mom, but I feel that Queen wants kids but doesn't really want kids around a lot. I have never thought for a babysitter when my kids was young, never. Wow. So you just summed up what I was saying. And I'm gonna be honest, it's the same way I felt before Legend came about when Queen was with Chris. From watching their videos, and this is when I was like just blinded, like how some of y'all be blinded to like the Queen stuff. This is when I was just blinded to a lot of stuff. Then as I started watching them, I was like, wait a minute, I don't agree with that, or wait a minute, you know, but that's what I get from her, you know what I'm saying? It's like this girl that's on my Facebook page. So she has 2 kids. Her mom has one, and she basically raised the girl, and she has the younger one that lives with her, and she barely raises her, being honest. But she always is on Facebook making statuses saying, "Oh, I can't wait. I get my boy. Oh, I want a boy. I want a little boy. Can't wait. My baby born." And everybody is just like, "Bruh, like, do you need another baby? Like, you have to." You especially when kids are little, because they grow so fast. Like, I feel like I just had my baby and he will be 6 months in 2 days. And it's just like kids grow so fast, and people are so, like, I enjoy the time. What I'm trying to say, like, I enjoy the time and the bonding and things that I get with my baby, that I'm just like, I know the moment I have to put him at a babysitter or daycare, I'm gonna break down, because I wish I had more time when my daughter was a baby also. So it's like, just to see Queen, like, you already don't have CJ there all the time, and then Legend comes and you just like, hey, hi Tracy, and you're just like, when he was like a month old, "Oh, I need to find a babysitter. Oh, we need to get a nanny. We need," and she didn't even say a babysitter, she said a nanny. And if you guys use your brains now, a nanny is a little bit more sophisticated than a babysitter. A nanny is like, she gonna be there. A babysitter is like, "Oh, we want to go out on a date night," and nothing wrong with that. Everybody need a time away from their kids and time to enjoy themselves and keep the sparks flying in their relationship and all of that. But you talking about a whole nanny, baby. Like, you talking about a whole nanny. I don't know. When the baby was barely a month old, but let's see. Does Queen still talk to her mom? She don't talk about her at all. The last updates that I seen from Miss Reva was saying that Queen texts her and all this. So I think they have a texting relationship. I don't think they got a phone. And this is, once again, meaning what I think. I don't know what I think. I don't think they have see each other, or see each other face to face relationship. I don't think they got a phone call relationship. I think they got a text message relationship. "Hey mom, how you doing? Hey daughter, how you doing? Love you too." That's it. "Hey, how CJ doing? He good. Hey, how Legend doing? He good. The big kids are doing good. Send a picture here and there." That's what I feel like they have. I don't think that they have the relationship that they once had. I don't think so. They don't post no more. No one ever thinks of a babysitter because everyone is not a singer on tour everywhere. Let me say this. Now, we know that Queen is a singer. We know that she is signed to a major record label. We know Queen does YouTube, right? Well, I ain't gonna say YouTube because YouTube can be done in your house. But this is the part that you guys that says this always leaves out. And about 80% of Queen's and Clarence's videos, where are they? In the house, right? So if you're spending 80% of your time in the house, not saying that she shouldn't be out more, she shouldn't be in the studio more, she shouldn't be on the road more, she shouldn't be doing the things that she should be doing as a major record label singer. She should be. But because she does not, why do you need a nanny when this baby is a month? Okay. Us regular folk don't put our kids in a daycare until at least we're past our 6 weeks postpartum. So why are you sitting up here? Never mind. I don't have the energy. Okay, let's see. Queen be ignoring baby Chris and now Legend. I'm not gonna say she ignored Legend. I'm not even gonna say that because I don't feel like she ignored Legend. I'm gonna be honest. She gives Legend a lot of attention. Queen and Clarence would have the babysitter come over to the house while they're both at home doing nothing, which was bizarre to me. Okay, but that's what I mean right there. If you watch the material, and like I said, I do not watch all of their material, but I know this from what I see. Sometimes they are not literally doing nothing, and she's talking about, oh, they're with the babysitter. They're here, they're there, they're like, come on now. A nanny is like a substitute mom. Exactly, Tracy. And that's what I'm saying when they say like not a babysitter, but you're talking about a whole nanny. Like if you know what a nanny is literally like go pick your kids up from school, take your kids to school, cook dinner, cook breakfast when they there, do this, do homework. That is a nanny. That's not a babysitter. A babysitter, okay. You had another baby. I did. I had a little boy. He will be 6 months and 2 days on the 16th. Believe it or not. Drippy drop, I know. Clarence said he didn't want her around the baby. And that right there is just crazy. That's crazy. Like, no. You can't fall out with someone and then try to say because me and you don't get along, you're not allowed to see your grandkid. Like to me, that's some bull crap. And for Queen not to stand up and say, no, that's not right. Now, if it was a situation that literally, even with Tina, if it was a situation that literally hands was thrown or not just threats, but it was just literally like, even the fact, because okay, I'm not gonna say that I understand somewhat of that, but even the fact of when Queen was flying out to New York and letting, not even just for shows, when Clarence wanted to go back home, so Queen and him was flying to New York to let his mom see Legend. Why would y'all not fly to Michigan to let Queen's mom, or Queen fly to Michigan and let Queen's mom see Legend and CJ sometimes too? Because what you don't want to do is you don't want your kids to have that bond on one side. You know what I'm saying? And especially over something that was stupid. If it was really something that happened for real, then it's like, okay, I got to protect my kid. But I don't think that those kids are in a grave danger where it's like, oh my God, if they go see Miss Reba, then they're going to end up dead. Like, no. I didn't know you had another baby. I sure did. Queen is one of those women who is so into the man. It can be a category 5 hurricane going on. She's drowning. She'll ask the man if he needs to float. But but it's very naive. Yeah, and that's just what I said, excuse me, that's just what I said concerning Carmen, is that, sometimes you can have that good heart can leave you into heartbreak, and sometimes you can have too much of a good heart. You have to know how to use your good heart and when to use your good heart. She doesn't ignore Legend. And that's what I said she does. She does not ignore Legend now. I promise you that. Miss Company, can I ask you what you think of people saying someone is abusing CJ inappropriately? What exactly are you talking about, Tam? And let me also say this, because somebody asked me to make a video, and I think I never did, on the situation when Chris's girlfriend, current girlfriend, kissed CJ in the mouth, and then Queen had something to say, and Chris made a statement, and then she did it again. That's what I mean when I say about Queen trying to demand stability in her son's life. You cannot, my phone is on 8%. All right, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and wrap this up, but you cannot sit there and when you see stuff is going on, just because that's the father or that's the mother, you can't sit there and just say, oh, that's his father, so da, 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 da. You can't do that. If you see that something is going on, and to me that is a form of abuse, because you don't know what that woman's doing with her mouth. That's not his stepmother. That's not, even if it was his stepmother, like kissing him in the mouth and stuff, like, no. And if the mother literally said that no ma'am, and said like that's not appropriate, no, had a problem with it, it should have been no more discussion. it should not have been any more discussion on it. I think because she's being naive and making poor choices in men is going to cause her to falter. I really do believe that also. But I don't agree with that at all. I think that Chris should have definitely made it a point to um should have definitely made it a point to correct that with the girl and make sure that she literally knows. And if that's going on in front of the camera, imagine what's going on behind closed doors. Do I think that something is literally just detrimental happening to baby Chris when he's with Chris? No, I don't. But do I think things that are inappropriate is happening to him and in front of him? I definitely think that. Corey, another story. He knows Carmen has a good heart and he blatantly disrespects her. She was drunk and I got secondhand embarrassment when she was expressing herself. I need to go back and watch that. I need to literally watch that when Carmen was the stuff that came out saying she was did y'all see what she was saying? He did something to me when I was pregnant or something like that. But Jordan kisses him in the mouth as well. And see that? No. For me, you cannot just trust these people who you not in the bed with. Girl, she was a mess. Who you not in the bed with? You don't know what they doing. You don't know what people do in their mouths. You don't know how no, that's not your kid. Why is you kissing that child in the mouth? Why is you doing that? And then Chris needs to stop allowing that, because soon as baby CJ gets something on his mouth or bump anything, and then everybody talking, or they got to take him to the doctor, and the doctor questioning how he get this, it's just like, geez, as a parent, you got to think of these things, protect your kids. How do you feel about Armand being a dad? I don't think that he's ready. My phone is about to die, but I don't think that he is ready. Did y'all see what his mom was basically telling him, like, I ain't happy, I ain't finna pretend I'm happy, I be happy maybe when the baby get here. She was a little rough with him. Yeah, Armand has a baby on the way. But I don't think Armand is ready. Armand, he should have got himself together just as a whole, because a baby is a lot of responsibility. A baby is not a doll. A baby is not a toy. A baby is a lot of responsibility. Like, this is my second baby, and this baby here is giving me a run for my money. So what type of dad allows that, though? This is where I say he's not a good person, not because he cheated on Queen. I'm not gonna say that doesn't make him a good person. I just think that he needs to stop allowing that, point blank period. He just needs to stop allowing it. So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna have to get off of here. My charge is all the way somewhere else, and my phone is literally on 2%, jump down that quick. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and log off, but I will try to go live, because we was just getting to the conversation. Try to go live tomorrow. Hopefully, please don't off of my head if I can't go live tomorrow, but I will try. If not, I will definitely get you guys some content. But I did enjoy the live, and thank you guys for tuning in. This is why kids shouldn't be having kids. Exactly. All right, bye, guys.